Good morning Kasturians and welcome to video 2 of chapter 12 history, that is the national movement second phase. In today's video we will discuss the Jallianwala Bagh massacre, the Khilafat movement and the civil disobedience movement. So let's start. In the previous video we saw the Montagu-Chelmsford reforms and later on the Rowlatt Act of 1919, according to which the European judges, they were given the right to arrest and imprison any leader for 2 years without any trial. Following the same, on 10th April 1919, Dr. Saifuddin Kichlew and Dr. Satyapal, who were the two national leaders, they were arrested in Punjab. And on the day of Baisakhi, that is on 13th of April 1919, the people, they gathered in a park called the Jallianwala Bagh, which is in Amritsar, to protest these arrests of Dr. Saifuddin Kichlew and Dr. Satyapal. Also, the women and children, they were gathered in the park to celebrate the Baisakhi festival. By that time, there were protests against the Rowlatt law and there were some incidents of fighting between the demonstrators and police, due to which martial law was imposed, and General Dyer, who was the military commander of Amritsar, he entered in the Jallianwala Bagh. He blocked the only entrance gate of the park and ordered his men to open fire on the peaceful gathering. This firing lasted for 10 minutes till the ammunition was exhausted. Hundreds of people were reported to be killed and thousands got wounded. This massacre, it created a shockwave in the entire country and it invited widespread protest. All the national leaders, they condemned this cowardly act of General Dyer. As a result, national leaders like Rabindranath Tagore, he renounced his title of knighthood, which was rewarded to him by the Britishers. Also, the martial law was imposed. People, they were tortured and the newspapers, they were banned. But this repression of the British, instead of weakening the national struggle, it further provoked the nationalist feelings and it strengthened the people's determination to fight against the oppressive British rule. Then came the Khilafat movement. The two young Muslim leaders named Muhammad Ali and Shaukat Ali, who were in protest against the injustice done to Turkey, which was fighting Britain in the World War. Actually, the ruler of Turkey was the Caliph or Khalifa, and he was considered as the Muslim head of the Islam throughout the world. These two leaders, they pressurized the British government for a better treatment to Turkey, and through this the Muslims, they were drawn into the national movement in large numbers. And Mahatma Gandhi, these two leaders, that is Muhammad Ali and Shaukat Ali, they reached Mahatma Gandhi and Mahatma Gandhi gave his consent and he supported the Khilafat movement, and later on this Khilafat movement became a part of the national movement. The Congress leaders, when they were persuaded by Gandhiji, they also joined the agitation and popularized it. But the British attitude, it was rigid, and due to this rigid attitude of the British, the Congress, it decided to start a non-cooperation movement under the leadership of Gandhiji, in which a protest against the British repression in Punjab, that is the Punjab wrongs, and their policy towards Turkey was to be protested. According to Gandhiji, it was with the cooperation of the Indians that the British, who came as traders, they were able to establish themselves as an imperial power in India. So if the Indians will start non-cooperating, then the Britishers will flee from India within 1 year and Swaraj will be established. With this, the movement started, but the movement was launched in stages. The Indians who received honorable titles from the British, they started returning their titles to the government. Also, Gandhiji was the first to return his title of Kaisar-e-Hind. And after the returning of the honorary titles, the boycott of schools, colleges, legislatures and law courts and elections to the legislatures was to be done. People were asked not to work and not to cooperate with the government in any manner and in any matter. Foreign clothes were burnt in public bonfires and strikes were organized at many places. And this burning of foreign clothes in public bonfires was known as boycott. Along with the boycott and non-cooperation, Gandhiji also launched a constructive program as part of the non-cooperation movement. According to this, he included popularization of charkha and khadi, promotion of Hindu-Muslim unity and abolition of untouchability, and the spread of education. This non-cooperation movement, it continued for 2 years, that is from 1920 to 1922, and it became a successful movement. Thousands of people, they were jailed, and it was in the Ahmedabad session of Congress in 1921 that the last stage of movement was decided, in which the people were asked for non-payment of taxes and defying the right of the British rule over India. But the Chauri Chaura incident took place at the same time and Gandhiji withdrew the non-cooperation movement. So the last stage, that is the defying of the British laws by non-payment of taxes, was not implemented. When Gandhiji was busy deciding about the last stage of non-cooperation movement, at the same time the Chauri Chaura incident took place. That is, on 5th of February 1922, some peasants of the Chauri Chaura village, they were leading a peaceful demonstration march through the village, and the police beat a volunteer who was trying to picket the shops. Due to this beating of the volunteer, the demonstrators, they agitated and they set fire to the police station, in which 22 policemen were burnt alive. When Mahatma Gandhi heard of this incident, he saw that the peaceful non-cooperation movement is turning violent. He decided to withdraw the movement, and he withdrew. He announced the withdrawal of the movement. The withdrawal of the movement by Gandhiji divided the Congress into two groups. One led by C.R. Das, Motilal Nehru and Vallabhbhai Patel, who wanted to end the boycott of legislative councils and who thought that it will be the participation of the people from Congress, then the people who were loyal to the British would get elected and government will be having absolute powers to do whatever they want. So they wanted to join the elections. The second group was called the No Changes, and the first group, led by C.R. Das, Motilal Nehru and Vittalbhai Patel, was termed as the Pro Changers, who wanted to enter the legislative councils. And the second group opposed to the joining of these councils, and this group was led by Iron Man of India, Vallabhbhai Patel, Chakravarti Rajgopalachari and Dr. Rajendra Prasad. So in 1923, the Pro Changers, they formed the Congress Khilafat Swarajya Party, that came to be known as the Swaraj Party, and this new party decided to function as an ally of the Congress. The Congress Party allowed the Swarajists to contest the elections. The party contested the elections and it won some seats in the legislative councils. They started opposing every British move, and they made it difficult for the British to get their policies and proposals approved in the legislatures. Due to the withdrawal of non-cooperation movement, Gandhiji had been jailed and he was released in February 1924. After this, when he was released, he entered into the politics and he started resuming his constructive programs like the removal of untouchability, promotion of Hindu-Muslim unity, and the spread of Khadi. And during this time, he emerged as a social reformer. During the non-cooperation movement, the peasants, they participated actively, and the Kisan Sabhas were created, they were constituted, and these Kisan Sabhas, they fought against the British and their British agents in India like the Zamindars. Also, the mobilization of peasants was seen as a strategy which was pursued by the Congress. The nationalist leaders, they worked to solve the problems faced by the peasants, and in this, the Bardoli Satyagraha, which was organized by Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel in 1928, in which he protested against the increase in the taxes imposed on the peasants. Gandhiji also got involved in this Bardoli Satyagraha, and successfully this Satyagraha got completed and the administration was forced to roll back its decision of increasing the taxes which were imposed on the peasants. In the next video, we will discuss about the revolutionary movement, the second phase, and the non-cooperation movement to civil disobedience movement. Thank you and have a nice day.